What is the debt ceiling, and does it matter?
What's happening, everybody? We're going to talk about the debt ceiling today. What is the debt ceiling, and does it actually matter? So stick around. The debt ceiling is about to be in the media a lot in the next few months as the US government approaches its debt limit. And media outlets are already saying that this is going to be Armageddon and economic tailspin and all sorts of dramatic stuff. But let's dig into the facts.
So first things first, the debt limit is the total amount of money that the United States government is authorized to borrow to meet its existing legal obligations.
Here are a couple of interesting debt ceiling facts. So the debt ceiling has been raised historically 78 times, 49 times by Republicans and 28 times by Democrats. So this is a pretty bipartisan problem. The other interesting fact about debt ceilings is that the United States is one of only 2 countries in the world that actually has a debt ceiling in the first place.
Another interesting fact here is that the 14th Amendment actually says that the validity of the public debt of the United States shall not be questioned. So it'd be illegal for Congress to even default on the debt in the first place.
So how does this actually work in practice? Well, in step 1, Congress issues a certain amount of new spending. If that spending isn't covered by existing taxes, then in step 2, Treasury has to issue a certain amount of debt to cover the shortfall. But if Treasury hits the debt ceiling, then they can't issue the debt necessary to finance the shortfall, in which case Congress then has to come in after the fact to pretend to be the hero for the problem that they caused by then raising the debt ceiling.
Does the debt ceiling actually work though? Well, of course it doesn't, because it can't, since the debt ceiling is only reached after Congress has already approved a certain amount of spending. So it's really a false ceiling in the first place.
If this is all starting to sound kind of silly, well, it is in a lot of ways. And it's sort of like we're holding ourselves hostage over something that really should have been taken care of before this ever actually became a problem.
Don't get me wrong, there are perfectly valid arguments against the size of our government and even issuing more debt, but the debt ceiling is not a valid ceiling or even a very good solution for it.
So is economic Armageddon or economic tailspin coming because of this? I don't think so. This is an event for politicians to grandstand and bluster about, and they're going to raise the debt ceiling, and then we'll go through this whole big mundane debate again in like a year or something.
Leave me a mean comment, I dare you. Hey you, what are you still doing here? Did you need more than 3 minutes with me?